Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 36 in the book of Romans. I'm going to start with a little story today, as I titled today, Learning from Our Alcoholic Brothers. Reason being is in my city, Akron, Ohio, AA was founded in 1935, and every June, about 10,000 recovered and probably recovering alcoholics and other addictions people descend upon our city. And they're the most grateful people that you'll ever meet because they were all slaves to addiction, and now they're free from the addiction, and they know that they are in debt to the process of AA, so to speak, and they have been adopted or rescued out of it, and they're so appreciative. So I think our Christianity has so much to learn from our recovering alcoholic brothers and sisters. And we are also in sort of this battle of sober living, or the battle of Christian living. The parallels are, we were slaves to sin, Christians now. We were slave to sins. We were rescued. We were refamilied into the family of God. We are in debt to this process, and so we're supposed to be living in a new way. Now, the way that we're living, it's not easy. There is some suffering, and there is some difficulty. Listen in. This is in Romans chapter 8, and I'm going to read from verses 12 through 17. So then, brothers, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live according to the flesh. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if the Spirit... Let me change that. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God. For you did not receive the spirit of slavery to fall back into fear, but you have received the Spirit of adoption as sons, by whom we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and fellow heirs with Christ, provided we suffer with him in order that we may be glorified by him. So the call today is we have God living within us, and he's going to ask us to live in a new way. The good news is we have royalty living within us, and he's going to help us with this battle for sober living, for Christian living, as it were. So let's be led. That's kind of one of the bottom things, the bottom line of today. We are in debt. We are beholden, and the math equation, this accounting equation, is we discover ourselves owing back to God. We are debtors, but not to the flesh, and we shouldn't live like that. We shouldn't go back to our addiction to the slavery of sin and our inclinations towards that way, our proclivity. We are free to do the right thing. So one of the really sobering things about this is how much is at risk. Somebody is going to die. Christianity is a battle to the death. And fortunately, it is by the death of Jesus. So in this battle to the death, we're going to have some help. So we put to death the deeds of the body, and if not, we live according to the flesh, then we die, or we put to death the deeds of the body. So something is going to die. Either the deeds of the body are going to die, or the end result of the way you live, you're going to die. So we have this spirit of appreciation and indebtedness to the Lord. And so the point number one is everything is at risk here. Somebody is going to die. Something is going to die. So we're indebted to God for this rescue, for this adoption. And as we look around the family of God, we're going to find other adopted, needful, rescued people. These are called sons and daughters of the Lord, family of God. And like the brothers and sisters in AA, we look around the church and we should be so grateful. And then we should be so careful in how we live. So the observation is, if you put to death the deeds of the body, you're signing up for some suffering. So I have a friend who's now, I think, about 14,000 sober living days. And do you think that all those 14,000 days were easy days? Absolutely not. Some of those days, and he could probably list the big ones for you, involved significant suffering and significant temptation as he put to death his desire and previous enslavement to his drug of choice. So that may be for the Christian, it might be, hey, being pure with your zipper, being pure with your tongue, serving to the extreme, being patient with your least favorite knucklehead person in your church. However, whatever it is, likely walking with Christ, being led by the Spirit, is going to involve some suffering. So it's a battle to the death. We're going to have help. We're in the family of God, but it does involve some suffering. So the reality is the parallels with AA are broad. So Christianity is a battle to the death. So be aware. First of all, be aware. And if you're not engaged in something that seems to you like a battle, you're probably not a Christian or probably not living like one. The second thing is we're not battling alone. We have adoption. So let's appreciate the help that the Lord has. The action point is to be led by the Spirit. That's where we're gonna land on today. Let's put to death the deeds that we're tempted with, and let's resist. And in so doing, let's expect some suffering. Don't be surprised at this. Not all our days and not all our temptations are going to be easy. So let's put to death the addictions, the inclinations, and this may lead to glory. So as we reflect the character and characteristics of God, we're going to glorify him. So in doing this, in suffering in this way, in resisting the evils of the world, as it were, we are glorifying the Lord and being glorified by him. So Lord, help us be led by you today. May you direct my thoughts, our thoughts. May you direct our senses and our steps. May you do this day every hour. May we be instruments for your kingdom. May we be aware of the influence that we have in the people that surround us. Lord, help us with this as we honor our brothers and sisters in AA and parallel the actions that they have. May we be led by the Spirit today. Thanks for listening.